Welcome back, Kings of War fans, to a community update for a fortnight where, frankly, not a lot's happened, has it? It's been ever so quiet. As if! Perhaps the biggest news is the launch of the new Kings of War Armada game, which everyone has heard about by now, so I'm not even sure why I'm telling you about it, but hey, boats, 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 boats. There's a plethora of news and information out there, but if you really need some information, perhaps the best place to go is the Blackjack Legacy Gaming channel, who seems to have got the monopoly on the information. Go on, Andy Burdis. Matt Gilbert also did a bunch of podcast interviews, including the one on Countercharge, which I would be remiss in not promoting to you. However, if listening and watching stuff isn't your cup of tea, Dash 28 have got your back with a kind of guess, I suppose, of how the rules are going to be affected. It's based on the Black Seas game, which I know nothing about, but some people do. So Mike Rossi has had a look through the rules and has got his best guess about how it's going to play. There's not long to wait until it pops into our mailboxes anyway, so make sure you spend your money now, because it looks like the pre-release has sold out faster than anyone could possibly imagine. Anyone who's been paying any attention to the world of Kings of War would have been utterly unable to avoid my horrific face and voice in the coverage of Halpi's Rift. I was very excited to present a special battle report on the new supplement, and followed it up with an interview with Matt James on Countercharge about the very same thing. If the thought of looking or listening to me any more than this brief update every fortnight is simply too much for you to bear, why not head over to the Mantic blog, where they've got a nice summary of the information available to date, as well as unfortunately a link to my face again. Sorry, hi! It was lovely to see Wolfgang Cornwell post some pictures from Germany's first 2-day GT, since they're apparently a country who can handle pandemics without rubbing metaphorical chili oil into their own eyes, then crying about it. Fans of Elliot Morris's One Northern King blog will be familiar with his journey up to attending, and it's lovely to see the German scene growing so healthily. Ties in nicely with Mike Atkins' excellent demographic article on Dash 28, which looks at estimates of who Kings of War players are and where they're from. Apparently 6.7 of them from Germany, if we can take Dash 28 readers as a proxy. It inspired me to look at my own YouTube stats, where I was surprised to learn that 60% of people that watch these videos don't actually subscribe to the channel. Come on, chaps, the least you could do is salve my pitifully fragile ego by hitting the subscribe button. These are rookie numbers, kid. You gotta pump those numbers up! Speaking of German-based rookies, lovable Twilight Kin aficionado Chris Thomas has started a YouTube channel called Lord of the Kings. It's kind of a video-based blog, and his latest video features an interview with a game designer friend about, well, designing games. Rumour has it he's even bought a tripod. Steady on. Speaking of blogs, I stumbled across Chris Evans, not I assume that Chris Evans, anyway, his blog called The Other One's Vault of the Undead, featuring his forays into, easy mode. He started with this fab zombie regiment mixing mantic zombies with a flesh golem from Minion Miniatures. Lovely. Over on the Kings of War forums, Remy77077, do you think that's like his birthday? No, it doesn't make any sense. I was born on the 8th of the 7th, so maybe we're bros. Hey bro. Anyway, he's been posting pictures of his Goblin Army over the last few months since May. And check out his latest figures, look at that. That's brilliant, it's so good. Not only does he choose brilliant miniatures, but his colour schemes are so clean, I love it. Fans of Jesse Peter Jesus Cornwell will have their hearts warmed by the fact he's gotten his dad into Kings of War. Cornwell Sr. has even converted and painted a couple of giants, and it's nice to see he's continuing the humble, understated Cornwell tradition. He's even found a use for the puzzling Naiad captive Basilean and Annette chap. Fantastic. Could be sweatier though. Michael Johnson's been posting a few models from his elf army. My favourite are these wolf-riding Silver Breeze cavalry, using models from Rune Wars and I assume GW archers, whatever, they just look great. I don't normally post up half-finished units, but when I saw P2 Makonen's Dogs of War, I felt like I had to. Something about this row of knights being protected by these 4 incredibly burly, powerful-looking women just made me chuckle. Can't wait for the rest of that unit. I get genuinely happy when I see posts that say things like, I finished my first ever army and here it is, and Tim Vogel's is no exception. He's done a bloody brilliant job, frankly, for his first army. I think that boy's been painting before. Look at those water effects. And now onto a triumvirate of frankly pro painters that deliver some jaw-dropping results for us to lust after. The The first is Florian Manthe, who sadly only posted a single picture of this stunning ghoul unit. Florian is a master of light effects, and you should check out his Titus Painting YouTube channel if you want to know more about it. The second is Matt G, who has been churning out models recently, but this Ogre Chariot unit is really something else. Just look at the detail. I mean, it can only sidestep as a move, but hey, still cool, right? Lastly, we have the instantly recognisable Dan Reed's latest Basilean unit, which, wow, I mean, the pictures just speak for themselves. Ooh, smooth. Well, that's it for this week. Never did get sent any boats. Apparently the entirety of Mantic stock got sent to Andy Burdis, so I'm off to sell a kidney so I can afford the booster packs. Have a lovely day, week, fortnight, whatever, time is meaningless.